Good day, YouTube. How are we all? Hope we're keeping well. Wednesday, ready for another session. I'm a little bit early again, so I'm just going to talk at whoever's here for the next couple of minutes and let everyone settle in. But all we need today, the one person who's here, thank you for being here. I saw that you were waiting. Very much appreciate it. Whoever you are, 2 people, boom. All we need for today's setup is our broomstick. That's all we need, nothing else. Broomstick and bodyweight work today. That with our usual bit of floor space, some water, and a can-do attitude, as always. So thank you all for being here. And we'll make you start 5 or so minutes. Like I said, just let everyone settle in, see who we've got today. If you are here and you can comment on the live chat, please do put your comments in. Let me know you're here. Let me know how you're doing today. Yeah, but all we need today is... John is here. Good man. Thank you very much. All we need today is some floor space, broomstick, and some water. Boom. John, how you doing, man? Hope you... I don't know if I ever actually got an answer to the very serious question of did you get any tea bags the other day? Because that is definitely a very, very important question that I need to know the answer to, because I know how much you love your tea. So I hope you managed to get some tea bags sorted in these challenging times. I can't imagine you going without your numerous cups of teas, mate. So yes. So without wanting to repeat myself too much, as we've got a few minutes before technically I've gone live, we've got 2 main blocks today, as we have done throughout most of this. On the first block, we're focusing on some lower body work. On the second block, we're focusing on some upper body work. So splitting the body, if you will, across 2 halves, with our focus today on the blocks. And we're doing a bit of an EMON setup with regards to each block, with then some isometric work, which is a fancy term for holding a position at the end. So we're going to get some muscles really, really firing and working today. Had a bit more time focusing on some technical work and some technique elements yesterday with the Turkish get-up. All of you guys seem to really connect well with that, which is good fun. So that's something we will revisit at least once a week as we go through, just tying it as a bit of a skill block. So like I say, it'd be really cool for you all to be fully acquainted with that movement by the end of this lockdown period, and then be able to incorporate that into your training by adding some load when you're back into the gym, which will be a nice little progression that you can add in. But it's just a shit hot floor movement in general. You know, you can just target so many different areas and so much within one movement. I was playing around with adding just a little bit of feedback with what's the word I'm looking for? I was using it's a technique that some coaches use, is and it was almost, I think it's a minimum requirement from, I think it's probably some Russian weightlifting coach or whatever, but they will have as a requirement you need to be able to do a full Turkish get up from floor to standing back down to the floor again with a full glass of water in your hand without spilling any, and that's like a requirement, like a minimum requirement for them to coach you. We just had the numbers jump up. Thank you for coming along, guys. Hope we're all doing well. I was just talking about Turkish get-ups and the progression and stuff like that we can look at as we go through all of this. But I was saying that, you know, if you're here in yesterday's class and we had a little bit of a play around with the Turkish get-ups, of course, that is something that we are going to continue to revisit and keep topped up with our skill and practice levels with that. And it is something that would be really cool for you to have a full understanding of when you go back into your full gym environments as we go out of all of this. So you can add a load to it and just up the intensity a bit. John, I'm really Really glad to hear you've got your tea. Decaf. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing with the amount of tea that you were drinking. Hannah, you've made it. Bloody iPad won't work in the garden. Connection issues. Well, that's no good, is it? Was it working in the garden yesterday, Hannah? That's annoying, if it was. But you're here either way, so thank you. Thank you very much. As I mentioned, those who've been here from the start, of course, I did get in a little early today. So I'm going to give it another couple of minutes just to let everyone settle in. But those who've just joined us, we're looking at 2 different blocks today, both of them with an EMOM setup with a bit of isometric work as well. So we're doing a lower body block to begin with and an upper body block as well. So going to challenge things from a few different areas. Jackie, you're here as well. Fantastic. Oh, well, that's annoying. Now you don't get a full captive audience of all your neighbours now, even though they're more keen to watch you and think, what the hell is he up to, as opposed to actually getting involved. Which, you know, if they get involved, then they know what you're up to, right? But I think, in all seriousness, I appreciate you tagging your neighbours today and see if they want us to get involved. That's very kind of you. It's very sweet of you. But yes, hope we're all feeling well today. Hope we're all doing good. Nobody got any aches or pains, I hope. Last couple of days haven't been quite as intense with sort of the work rate. So we're going to just dial that up a little bit today. So we had a bit of more skill work yesterday. All of you that are here now did yesterday's class as well. So yes, just nudging the intensity up just a touch today. As always, going to have a look at a bit of a pulse raiser and warm up first. We'll start off straight away using the broomstick for that. So getting everyone in a standing position, just working through mobilizing and putting a bit of a light load through all the joints before we then go into our main block. Where is everyone? We had it jump up to 5 at one point, and now I don't know whether it was because I was just midway through talking about Turkish get-ups and they're like, what the hell's this guy on about, and have disappeared. But yes, we'll make it start in the next minute or so with our pulse raiser and warm-up block. But yeah, if anyone has got any complaints that they need to raise, either if you're comfortable putting it in the live chat, then do so. If not, just drop me a message and we'll work around it. We'll find a way to keep you guys moving. If you do have anything that needs to be sort of worked around. John, how's the knee? And Jackie, how is your calf? Hope they're both feeling okay. Hannah, you're very, very kind. Very kind. Jackie, you'll be able to jump soon. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Stay strong. You're doing a hell of a lot already. You're doing a hell of a lot, and that will come back. It's awesome that you're able to get involved with as much as you are in these classes. So don't fret about it. It'll come back in good time. And John, buggered. Well, I think that'll probably be your response either way, wouldn't it? But I hope it's not giving you too much grief today. I hope it's feeling good. So we have got a fair bit of lower body work to begin with, but it shouldn't, if it gives you any grief, just let me know. But we should be all right. We should be all right. Okay. Guys, I think it's just us today. Cute little class. The less problem aching from yesterday's workout. Yeah, the Turkish get-ups, they're not to be underestimated, right? Just put that on mute so we're not getting notifications pinging through. All right, let's look to make a start with our pulse raisers, shall we? So if you grab your broomstick, we'll start off with the lower body and work up today. So, yeah, absolutely, John. Hey, we're back up to 5. We're back up to whoever the other 2 were that weren't here for a minute. Thank you for coming back. Even if it wasn't you, either way, thank you for being here. You're just in time to start the warm-up. So, need your broomstick. What we're going to do to begin with is start off getting the ankles warm. So, what I'd like you to do, one leg at a time, and then we'll get into a bit of fluid movement with it. is push up onto your big toe. And as you do that, the knee travels forward, come back down, foot flat to begin with, then switch. So push right onto the big toe and then back down. So almost like you're doing a bit of a calf raise motion with a bit of knee flexion as well. Okay, so we're looking at just as you push up, engaging through the muscles of this lower section of the leg here, through the soleus and gastroc, if you want technical terms, and just starting to get a bit of movement and warmth through there. And what we're going to do, as we have done before, is just start to get a bit of work through the muscles of the front of the shin as well. And what I'd like you to do is, as you come back down, then come onto your heel and lift your toes, and the leg goes straight. So then we're getting a bit of work through the tibialis anterior, mainly here on the front of the leg, and then switch. So push up, down, onto your heel, pull the toes up towards the shin, and switch. Look at keeping your body weight nice and centered. Try not to rely on the stick too much if possible, but ultimately I want your main focus to be on getting this movement nice and flowing. Push up through the calf, then pull the toes up on the opposite side. Let's get another 4 of these in total. Let's get that nice smooth flow. Be nice and purposeful with the pace or with the P's. Purposeful with the pace, and just start to get that warmth through the ankles. Awesome. Okay, from here, what we're going to do is go into a little bit of a single leg hip hinge. I want you to focus on keeping the torso set. So I'm going to step back a little bit. So I want you to think tailbone tucked underneath, ribs down, so everything's nice and neutral. Okay, and then from here, what we're going to do is I want you to, on the same side you have your stick, I want you to draw the knee up, just lightly to about a hip width, and then straighten it off. And as you draw the leg back, think about hinging through the hip, and then repeating, so coming up through, then hip hinging back. So we're getting that balance element. We're looking at finding a stretch through the hamstring, mainly as you go through. Keep the torso firmly in position, so we're not just extending through the lower back. Work through, hinge back. Start small. Keep the focus on finding a stretch through this area of the leg. And then as you feel your balance through, you start to open it up a little bit further. One more on this side, and then we'll switch over. Exactly the same principles. Go. So switching over sides. Again, start a bit smaller. Both stay down. Core stays tight. Hinge back. And just feel that through. Imagine, so your hips are in the center line here. Now they're just drawing back away through. Pull up, in, down, out, through. One more on this leg again. Excellent. Okay. Switching over legs, a bit more work into the front side of the hip and upper leg. We've done this one before. Just lift off to a light position here. Core stays tight. Imagine you've got a pen on the end of your knee. Start with about the size of a ping pong ball, just drawing around nice and controlled circles. And then gradually working up to the size of a tennis ball. Keeping everything nice and locked in with the supporting leg. Then up from there towards a football size. Nice big circles. Once you've got to a football size, let's get 3 times around that size. Especially feeling a bit of warmth around the hip, potentially through the quad as well. Awesome. Plant the foot down, switch over sides for me. Start small, smaller than I did then anyway. Ping pong ball size. Nice and controlled circles. Gradually work up. Around a tennis ball size. And then slowly working up towards your football size. And 3 around that football size once you're there again. Awesome. Ease off with that. What I'd like us to do from here, I'm just going to change the framing again because it's not that great. I've not had a head the whole way through that. Not that you need to see my head. So have your stick on your back. Feet all the way in together. We've looked through this one before as well. Then tuck your tailbone underneath so your lower body's locked into position. And what I want you to think about doing from here is keeping the top of each side of your hip, so the crest pointing forwards, and rotate through the back, then in and switch. Just find the sweet spot where you can get that rotation, but we're not having the position of the hips change or move that much. In fact, let's keep them pointing forward the whole way through this. Let's get one more per side. Then we'll work into the sides of the back and into the lower back. Hands are in the same position. Feet and hips are going to be the same principles as well. Extend the stick overhead and then push over to one side. So make as much space between the hand and the hip as you can, and then come back in and switch. Center yourself, switch and reach. This will be a lovely stretch for anyone who's been sat down most of the day, just to really open up your torsos again. Just be a lovely stretch in general, this one. But think as much space between the hand and the hip as you can, then center yourself back off and switch. Let's get one more of those per side. Awesome. Stick back onto your back. Hands in that same light position, right out towards the end of the stick. Very, very light grip. What I want us to do from here is draw the stick down your back and bring the arms to full extension. Then come back up onto the shoulders and repeat. So you may feel a bit of a stretch through front of the shoulder area, bit through the chest and maybe down through the arms as well. There's no wrong or right with any of this. That tends to be the common areas that most people will feel it. So get one more of those. Awesome. Then stick over here, arms out in front of you. What I'd like us to do is protract. So push the stick away from you, keeping the arms straight as far as you can. So you're going to go into a bit of a rounded position through the upper back. Then come back into your natural position. Then draw the shoulders back as far as possible. Retract, and then push away again. Go back in, retract, pinch, push away. Main thing with this is keeping the arms straight the whole way through, then draw back in and retract. And again. Good. From here, bit of warmth into the forearms like we've done before. Nice light grip on your stick and pull it in towards you to begin with. So I'm just letting the stick move through, pulling in and draw in. So once you've got that motion in place, just keep that going for us. What people are saying. Got 5 of you guys again. I know who 3 of you are. Whoever the other 2 are, welcome. Hope you're all feeling good. Hope the warm-ups served its purpose nicely for you and you're feeling limber and ready to rumble. Change direction. Those movements through the wrist now. So pull away from you. So pull out, push away, and then switch. If you are one of the 2 that have just jumped in and you haven't said hey and you can on the live chat, please let me know who you are and how you are today. Be good to hear from you guys. A few more times through with this, then ease off. Alrighty. Get in some water. And what I'll do is I'll start to talk you through our first setup of the day. So, 2 main blocks, 1 lower body, 1 upper body. We've got an every minute on the minute setup, and we're getting then a 30-second isometric hold in with that, which is basically a fancy way of me saying that we're going to hold a position for 30 seconds as well. We're going to do a minute and a half of work in total. So within the first minute, what we need to do for the lower body block is we need to do 6 good mornings using the broomstick across our upper back and sort of back, almost like a bat squat position. Okay. So we're going to do 6 of those, which I'll show you in a second. Then I'm going to go into a nice lateral lunge, and we're going to do 6 per side with that. So staying with 6s. You need to do all of that within the first minute of work. Should be pretty easy. All right. Should be able to do that pretty comfortably. A minute for 2 exercises is pretty generous. Anytime you have left within that first minute is yours to rest. And then we're going to go into 30 seconds of a isometric hold in a squat position. As soon as that 30 seconds is up, we go straight into the next round. So there's no rest period after the 30-second hold. Go straight into the next round. So you've got 6 good mornings again, and 6 lateral lunges again. And staying with a round of 6, staying with the theme of 6, we're doing 6 rounds with that. So it's all good and well me telling you what exercise we're doing, but I should show you as well, right? That would make sense. So first up, within the first minute, we need stick across your upper back. So we're not having it on the neck. Bring it just down from the neck. You should be able to feel a little bit of a shelf across the muscles of the upper back, the traps. Your feet are going to be at hip width, and they're going to be pointing forwards. What I'd like you to do, naturally from this position, is we're going to end up in, or we tend to go into a bit of a arched position with the lower back and the ribs. So what I want you to think about doing is pulling the lowest rib down towards your hips. The knees are softened, but not by no means like excessively bent. We haven't got them locked, they're just unlocked. They're just unlocked in a soft position here. Core's tight, and then what we're doing from here, like we were doing a second ago with the single legs, is we're going to hinge back with the hips. So I'm just moving back through the hips, getting a nice big stretch from my hamstrings, and then pushing the hips back forward and going back to standing. And again, hips draw back, keeping knees stable over the toes, and drive in and squeeze. So we're doing 6 of these to begin with. So everything from my hips up is looking at staying fixed in a nice strong brace position. The ribs pulled down, upper back tight. If you think about pulling the stick into your back, hip hinges back with this. If you're less familiar with any of these movements, just have a little practice as I'm giving you a demo. That is no problem at all, just you can feel it out. But the main areas we're really looking to feel this is back of the leg through the hamstrings here. You may feel a bit of a stretch through the lower back as well. And then when you come up to the top, you go back into starting position, think tailbone underneath to squeeze the glutes, and then repeat. Okay, 6 of those. Then when you come into a nice wide stance, you'll probably end up altering this a little bit as you go from the first round. So I want you to find your sweet spot with it. This is where we're going to go into each time. This is essentially going to be our starting position. Feet are pinned to the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop over laterally, keeping the knee over the toes, supporting the leg goes straight, then push up. So both legs are straight, you're back in that starting position, and switch. Drop through, push up, switch. Hold onto your stick, use it as a balance aid if you want to, or you can pop your stick down. I don't mind what you do with your stick. But think the knee should always track over the toes as you drop down through. You may get a nice adductor stretch, so in a groin stretch with this. Want 6 of these per side. And what we need to do is make sure we get both of those movements in, 6 reps on each of them, within the first minute of work. As soon as you've hit that first minute of work, as soon as that first minute of time is up, we're then going to go into a 30-second hold in our squat position. So, completely unsupported by anything, feet into your squat stance. I want you to brace your core, shoulders away from ears, descend down into your squat. Keep everything locked in nice and stably. and hold that for 30 seconds. I'm just going to hang out here, maintaining brace, maintaining positioning, so don't let the knees cave in, don't let your core relax, and just focus on breathing through it. Then from there, we're going to stand up and go straight back into the next round. So we have no rest in between the isometric hold and the next round starting. We go straight back into the next minute of work on the EMOM setup, and then we repeat. So it's going to be as big an incentive as ever to make sure that you get all of that work in within under a minute with the good mornings and the lateral lunges. So you get a bit of a rest before we go into the isometric hold. Because if you take your time with it a little bit more, what's going to happen is you're then going to be going straight back to back with everything because there's no rest directly after the isometric hold. All right. So that's going to be a bit more challenging in itself. Use the first round to get your eye in. We're thinking, okay, well, I'm going to not go flat out with the pace because I want to get the movements down and see how you get on with rest time and time left over before the next round starts, okay? Or before the isometric starts, sorry. And then if you think, okay, you know what, I could do with a bit more rest time here. I've had a chance to get used to the movements that I'm doing. I can just nudge the pace up a little bit. All right. So quick swig of your drinks. Drop your favorite emojis over for me, and I'll make a start in just a second. I'm just going to switch the music up because Spotify's gone rogue. But yes, drop me emojis, drop me a message, just let me know, a quick thumbs up, whatever. Make sure that you're all on the same page. But to reiterate, first minute window, you need to do 6 good mornings, 6 lateral lunges per side. You need to get that done within a minute, but you want to get that done well within that minute period because we're then going straight into an isometric hold in a squat position for 30 seconds. As soon as that 30 seconds is up, we go straight back into the next round. So you want to make sure you're ticking everything off before we go into the isometric hold, like well before, so you have a little bit of a rest period before we go in. John, Hannah, Jackie, we are all good. The other two, whoever you are, if you can let me know that you're all good and ready to go, then please do. If not, but I hope you understand that and I hope you're ready to go. Because in 30 seconds time, we are going to make a start. Once again, I will have stopwatch running away on my phone. And I'll let you guys know how we're getting on and where we're at with the time as we go through. All right. You get yourself stood up for me and start to think about your starting position for your good mornings. We'll make a strong start on this first round in just a second. So what I want you to do is place your broomstick across your upper back on that shelf there that you can create with your upper traps. Pull the stick actively down, so drive the elbows down a bit to create that bit more tension for the upper back. Feet are in a hip width, ribs are down, and that's your starting position. So everyone in that position, please. And then start counting down from 5, and we will get cracking with our first round of the day. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 6 good mornings, please. Core stays tight. Stretch through. Power up. Remember, everything from the hips up stays locked in. Big stretch. Then drive up. That is 20 seconds gone already. Nice wide stance. Lateral lunges, 6 per side. You should use this, remember, to get your eye in for how much time you're going to have for everything. 30 seconds gone. $15 seconds to go. That's me done with everything for that first minute. 10 seconds, then we're going into a 30-second hold in our squats. Find your positioning. Your squat stance in 3, 2, 1. Squat. Maintain position, core tight, nice upright torso. Hold for 30 seconds. Arms stay out in front of you, please. Everything stays firmly in position. Focus on finding your breathing rate. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 15 seconds gone. We're halfway. Then straight into the next round. Straight back into your good mornings. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Grab your sticks straight onto your back. Tigers of the effort. Let's get it. In through and back up. You should have your eye in now for where we're at with how much time you're going to have to play with. So if you want a bit more rest period after you've done your good mornings and your lateral lunges, just pick the pace up a bit. 25 seconds left within this minute. 15 seconds. Until we go into our 30-second isometric hold again with the squat. It's the squat stance. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Arms out in front of you. Knees stay in line with the toes. Core stays tight. Torso nice and upright. You should have the crest of your hip lower than your knees, please. It's big, steady breathing. Halfway. Then straight into good mornings again. And 3, 2, 1. Straight into good mornings again. Stick onto your back. Pull the stick down, core tight. 6 of those. "20 seconds gone. "30 seconds gone. Just over 15 seconds to the next isometric and we're halfway through. It's got warm very quickly, isn't it? 10 seconds to go. Squat starting position, please. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Down into your squat. Keep everything firmly locked in. Torso nice and upright. Shoulders in back pockets. And breathe. After this one, we're halfway through. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Up tall into good mornings. Let's get it. 3 rounds down, 3 to go. Ten seconds gone. 20 seconds gone. 6 aside with the lateral lunges, everything staying the same. As you drop down, push the legs straight, and back up. Oh, 15 seconds for the isometric. Ten seconds. Bit more of a mellow tune coming in. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds, isometric hold. Ten seconds gone. Steady breathing. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Straight in. Let's get it. Penultimate round. 6 good mornings. 15 seconds gone. Lateral lunges again. Keep that alignment. Twenty seconds left. Your stopwatch keeps on going dark on me again. 15 seconds for the penultimate isometric squat. 3, 2, 1. Into your squat, please. Nice steady breathing. 10 seconds gone already. Ten seconds left. Then final round coming in. 3, 2, 1. Into good mornings. Let's do it. Last round. Stretch the hamstrings, drive up, keep the torso locked in. Stopwatch is gone again. Lateral lunges next up. 30 seconds left. I've got some catching up to do as I was playing around with my phone, getting the stopwatch back up. Ten seconds, make sure you got it all in. And last squat isometric is coming in. 5 seconds into position. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Nice deep breath. Stay upright with your torso. Imagine you've got a string coming from the top of your head. That's just being pulled into a nice upright position. 15 gone, 15 to go. Legs are warm. Let's work through it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ease off there. That is our final round done. Woo. That was good fun on the lower body, wasn't it? Right, let's have about a minute and a half, 2 minutes off. Get in some water. Have a well-deserved break. And we're doing a very similar setup through our upper body in just a moment. Hope we're all doing good. Everyone's legs, I expect, are nice and warm. Try and keep your legs straight. If you're sat down, have your legs out in front of you. You can avoid anything sort of cramping up and feeling horrible with the quads. Nicely done, guys. Strong work. Hope you all kept up with that. Yep, I feel that, Jackie. Oof. I feel that. How's everyone else doing? John, Hannah. John, we just got a thumbs up. That's all. That's good. That's all I need. Hannah, how we doing? Getting them donuts in? Yeah. I think we're all on the same page with quads. All right. I'm going to give you guys just a little bit more to catch your breath, and I'm going to start to talk you. I want your attention to talk you through the next setup, please. So, exactly the same setup with regards to having a minute to do 2 exercises. Then we've got a 30-second hold, and that's going to repeat bang on, like back to back consecutively, for a 6-round period. But what are these 2 exercises you speak of, Aaron? Well, let me show you. No broomstick involved on this one. Broomstick can go bye-bye. What we're doing is we're playing around with an exercise variation on the press-ups we had done before. So, you want to make sure that you've got some space out to the sides of you and out to the front of you with this block so you can fully extend your arms. Upper body, please. Yeah, it's coming, Jackie. Don't worry. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a a full starting position for like a straight arm plank or a press up. Okay, I want you to control down, bringing your torso fully into contact with the floor. Take the arms out from the side, pull back in, shoulders down away from the ears, push away. Control down, out, in, press out. Okay, we've got that 6 reps. If you need to work from the knees, that's fine, but what I would like you to do is get the full eccentric control, so the lowering control from this straight leg position. Okay, and then as you press out, pull the knees, well, push the knees into contact with the floor, press out from there. So straighten legs off, control down, arms out, arms in, push the knees down, push away from there. Okay, you're working from the knees, that's what I'd like you to do there. 6 of those, please. We're then going into some prone A's. So essentially, you're going to be laying on the floor. I'll show you in a second the full movement. But what we're doing, if you imagine in some sort of alternate reality, I'm laid down. We need to have a bit of a wider stance with the arms. So imagine you've got a shopping bag in each of your hands here. So just away from your torso. I then want you to drive your arms back from there. So we're going to feel this a bit in the triceps, in the rear delts, and a bit around the back as well. We're going to do 8 of these. So when you lightly touch the floor, drive back as far as you can, keeping the arms long, controlled in. May get a touch of tricep cramp as we go through from this, with it being paired with the press ups. To show you it laid on the floor, let me think where you guys can see the best. You're going to have arms slightly out. Imagine you've got a shopping bag in each hand. Push away, control down. Push away, control down. So rear delts, triceps, upper back area. Gonna get that all working really nicely. 6 of the dead start press ups, 8 of those prone A's. After that, we are then going into a prone I position. We did this last week. This is a bit of a killer on the old shoulders. So what you're gonna do is from that same front lying position where you've just done your A's, you're going to bring your arms up here. One, thumbs facing up towards the ceiling, feet together, and keep the arms fully extended off the floor at about shoulder width, and hold that for 30 seconds. We then go straight back into our dead start press ups. So after you've done the eyes, I want you to start at the top again, core and glutes tucked, control down, arms out, arms in, push away. 6 of those, 8 with the pronays, and then we rinse and repeat. Another 9 minutes in total of work. Our final bit of work for the day. Everyone good with that? Those who can speak to me, Jackie, John, and Hannah, give me a quick thumbs up. Sloth, aubergine, eggplant, whatever you want to do. Go nuts. Yeah, I've got a feeling this one's going to be a bit spicy on the old triceps and rear delts. John, we got flexing arms and a sloth. Ticking all the boxes, my man, thank you. Same principles with regards to the time slots. You have a minute to do 6 press-ups and 8 prone A's. You then have any time you have left over. You got a peach, Jackie, I like it. And Hannah with a donut, boom. So, let's get cracking, shall we? Same time windows. I'm going to change where I've got my stopwatch that seems to be determined to ruin everything with it going off all the time. So, remember, time is of the essence here. You haven't got any rest period like we did on the last round. After our isometric hold, we haven't got a rest period before we go into our next block. So get that first load ticked off really quickly. 6 dead start press-ups, 8 prone A's, all of that as quick as you can within that first minute. Any time left is yours to chill. Then you've got a 30-second hold in that prone I. Okay, I'm going to count you guys down from 5 again. I want us to start in that straight arm, straight leg position, control down, arms fully extend, back in and push away. 6 of those. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Control down, arms out, arms in, push away. Regardless of whether you're working from your knees or not with your press-ups, I want you to start in a straight leg position as you control down. "20 seconds gone. Arms to the side, imagine you've got a bag of shopping in each hand. Arms straight, lift off. Draw your shoulders into the center and control down. 30 seconds gone. "20 seconds to go. Almost tricep cramp already. 15 seconds into our prone eyes. Couple of deep breaths. Have your water nearby if you need it. 5 more seconds, then into that prone eye position. Thumbs facing up. Arms fully extended. Let's go. 30 seconds here. Let your head stay in a natural position. Eyes facing the floor. Arms fully extended overhead. Chin tucked in. Nearly halfway. 15 seconds gone. Remember, we're going straight into those dead start press-ups again, but starting from straight arm position. Chest from the floor. We're doing that in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands under shoulders. Straight arm position, control down. Arms all the way out, arms in, hands under shoulders. Press out. "20 seconds gone. It all takes off. 6 of the dead start press-ups. 8 of the pronates. Keep the arms fully extended. 30 seconds gone. Triceps are on. 20 seconds till the next round. Let's keep this going. Should be able to start to play around with your pace a little bit more here. If you want a bit more rest, pick the speed up. Keep the form tight. Do not let it be at the cost of the form. Prone eyes again in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Thumbs facing up. Arms at shoulder width. Breathe through it. "15 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Straight into dead start press-ups in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. "15 seconds gone. Once you've got your dead start press-ups in, 6 reps. Arms to the side, lift off, control down. Anyone else got tricep cramp yet? Think about drawing your shoulders in as you lift off. 30 gone. Oh. 20 seconds left. Let's make sure we get it all in. Once we've hit our prone eye, we are halfway through this upper body block. We've only got another 4.5 minutes of work left to go. Prone eyes are coming in 5 seconds time into position. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Ten seconds gone. 15 seconds to go. Stay strong. Straight into dead start press-ups again in a sec. Keep those arms from the floor. Do not let them touch. In 3, 2, 1. Dead start press-ups. Straight arms to begin with. Control down. Arms out. Arms in. 1. 15 seconds gone. Keep those arms fully extended as you go into your pronates. 8 reps. Oh. 25 seconds to go. We've got it. Triceps are nice and warm, right? Well over halfway now. 15 seconds left. Make sure you get it all in. Arms stay fully extended with the pronase. Pronase coming in next. 5 seconds till it starts. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Make sure those arms do not touch the floor the whole way through. 10 seconds gone. Stay strong, stay firm. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Penultimate round, let's do it. Make sure you're not leaving your core or your hips behind with those press-ups. Keep everything braced. 20 seconds gone. Arms are fully extended on the pronase. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, don't let them touch the floor after each rep. 30 seconds gone. 20 seconds to go. Come on, let's make sure we've got it all ticked off. Expect your upper bodies are lovely and warm now. I expect you're lovely and warm in general. 10 seconds to the pronase. And you've got one more round after this. Pronase in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Thumbs facing up, arms at shoulder width. 30 seconds in that position. Do not let any part of your arm touch the floor. 15 seconds gone, 15 to go. Deep breaths, then the final round coming in. Dead start push-ups again in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Control down, arms fully extend, arms in, push out. $15 gone. Into your A's when you're ready, arms fully extended. 8 of those. On this final round, try and keep the hands and the arms from touching the floor. Embrace the tricep cramp. "20 seconds to go into the final isometric. We're nearly there. Final bit of work for the day. 10 seconds. Nearly there, everyone. Nice strong finish. Final isometric hold for today in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Both arms from the floor, maintain. "20 seconds left. Bit more of a downbeat track to end the day. Let's keep it going though. 10 seconds. Final hold. Keep them fully extended, keep them from the floor. 3, 2, 1. Done. Excellent work, everyone. Let's get in some water. Catch your breaths. And then let me know how you're all feeling. Intensity dialed up just a touch from yesterday with all that technical work on the Turkish get-ups. I might bring back the fringe in this period of lockdown because there's nothing else I can do with my hair apart from shaving it off. Go back to like early 2000s, Aaron. It's not a phase, Mom. Anyway, how are we all doing? Got radio silence, which is often getting a tan at the same time, John. Ticking multiple boxes. It's a bit of a killer for the upper body as well, wasn't it? Jackie swearing at me. It's probably for the best I can't hear you, although I think it would be deserved because that was another challenging one, right? But yeah, Bit of a different avenue. Again, today I'm trying to keep the ideas as fresh as possible as opposed to just killing you with burpees and mountain climbs and all that boring stuff. Get the body moving in different ways. Hannah, nice and warm, hey? Well done. Very, very well done. Hope you're feeling good. I'm going to have to run off in a second. Excuse me, but we've done some breathing work. Burpees tomorrow, yeah. Well, I don't know. We haven't done them yet this week. Trying to only do them once a week. They do work well, but they are kind of a bit boring. But anyway, breathing work. Have a little lay down on the floor. One hand on your chest, one hand towards your belly button. And what I want you to do is just focus on some breathing, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then first 5 breaths, just relax into that. After those first 5 breaths, start to think about where you're breathing into. If you're not breathing, if your hand's moving more so through the chest, that's fine. If it's moving more so through the stomach, that's fine. But what I want you to do is after those first 5 breaths, just allow yourself some time to focus on breathing a bit more into the belly button area, and getting that hand moving a little bit more. Yeah, just in total 10 to 15 breaths, just bring the breathing rate down. Work for any key stretching or mobility work to ease off as well. But thank you all very, very much. Another great class. Awesome to have you guys here. Let me know how you're feeling. Drop me a message. And I will see you very soon. Lots of love. Take care. Be good. Don't go outside and fraternize with people outside of your household. Stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.